everybody, and welcome to the very first class at the Creating from the Heart Academy. This is the Stamping 101 class. This class is mostly for beginners, people who are just now being introduced to the world of paper crafts. It can be a refresher course for those of you who are more advanced, but it's more so for our beginners. So, in this class, we're going to just talk about some basic tools you can use for you to start your stamping journey. So, the first thing we want us to talk about is stamps. No stamps are alike. There are various kinds of stamps out there on the market, such as rubber stamps. Here goes an example of a rubber stamp. Now, this one is they refer to this as clean mount, or you may hear clear block stamps. I don't necessarily agree with the term clear block stamps because it's rubber and it's not clear, so therefore you cannot see through it. But some companies out there in the market, you can get these kinds of stamps with wood mount stamp on wood, which is called wood mount. If it's like this with a cushion to it, they normally will call it like a clean mount stamps or another clear stamp. And then there are some companies that just sell the rubber, and you have to adhere it to your own foam and wood if you want wood. So there's that. There's also clear stamps, and another term you might hear people say is photopolymer. There are acrylic stamps, which normally is, some people just call them clear stamps. If you're hearing photopolymer, it's a clear stamp, but it's just of a different quality of stamps. Here goes one of this is from Peachy King. This is a photopolymer stamp set. Now it's tinted in peach, but hence the term peachy. That's how they got their name. But as you can see right through these stamps. Now, hold on, before I go on to what I was going to say next. Next, we have the Close to My Heart, My Acrylics stamps. And these are clear stamps. And the reason why they're called My Acrylics, well, I'm assuming, I'm not going to say I know why, because you need an acrylic block to mount your stamps on. Now, this one would not fit this stamp, but this is just one I had out already. The beauty with clear stamps is, of course, you can always see what you're doing. Let's just put this on here for an example. When you are stamping, it makes it easier to line things up. You don't need tools such as a Stamp-A-Ma-Jig. There are times I do use a Stamp-A-Ma-Jig just because I have issues with lining up things sometimes. So like here is a stamp, well, not a stamp, a card I created using this stamp set. And it just made it so much easier to line up using My Acrylic Stamps by Close to My Heart. Okay, so now, if you're using, as I said before, if you're using clear stamps, let me just mount this back on before I go crazy, or rubber stamps or clean mount stamps, you're going to need a block. Close to My Heart do sell various sizes of these blocks. You can get them from small to large depending on what you need. Also, from time to time, I have found personally, there are times when you can use the clear stamps, and you can stamp it once and get a clear image. And there are times you might have to what we call season the stamps. Typically when I season the stamp, I might just clean it and try to stamp it again. Because what it is, because they're on these on the foam, and then in some other cases they're in plastic, that plastic stuff gets on the stamps. Also, if your hands are greasy, like if you just put lotion on your hands, it can make your stamp greasy. So sometimes you have to season up the stamps. I have went as far as to taking a pencil and just using the eraser and erasing on the stamp, doing that. And I've used oh my goodness, I forgot what these things, the embossing buddy, to pounce on the stamps, to put a little powder on it, just a way to get the ink to stick to the stamps. Okay, now when using our Close to My Heart stamps, they were fortunate enough, well, nice enough I should say, to give us these little foams. You need a little extra cushion when you are stamping with clear stamps. So we give this to you, and what you would do is when you stamp, you'll have your foam. You'll take your paper. Let me just grab this little sheet right here. And then you're going to put your stamp on your block, and then you're going to stamp. Now, Close to My Heart also sells this mat right here. This is a two-sided mat. This hard side is great for using for cutting, if you're cutting through your paper. But on the other side of this, let me just put this away because it drives me crazy if I don't. But on the other side of this is foam. It is foam right here. So therefore you can stamp on this also. So it's multi-useful, which is a good thing. Okay. Now the next thing you're going to need when you are stamping is some ink. There are various kinds of ink out there. I use Memento black ink when I'm using our alcohol markers, but you can use our My Acrylics black ink, which is an archival ink and a pigment ink, but you just want to make sure that they are dried first. Here goes some more of our stamp pads. This is the old packaging of our ink pads. Let me get a new one out for you. And here goes the new packaging right here. So they look like that. So the way our inks open is you're going to have a thing right here that says, that's going to say CTMH. You're going to hold and then open, twist, bring it down. And that is how you're going to open. Now our ink pads are, it's not foam, but it's like a felt ink pad. But I love our inks. Okay, so the next thing you're going to need are some scissors. We have image stamp sets, and sometimes you might want to fussy cut some things, or you as you're adding layers onto your cards, it might extend over the card base that you need to cut off. So you want to get a good pair of scissors. These scissors are let me find. Sorry, I just threw them down like that. What they are. Go ahead. Just grabbing an old catalog right here. They're non-stick micro tips. Now they are sharp, so you do want to keep these away from the kiddos because they are sharp at the end. But the best thing about these are that adhesive won't get stuck to these scissors because they are non-stick. And there is a cap that comes with these scissors. I just don't have it out right now. So the next thing you're going to want to get is a paper trimmer. Here goes my paper trimmer, and this is actually the one that Close to My Heart sells also. It's made by Fiskars. And do we sell the blades? Awesome. I guess that's a good question. Yes, we do sell the blades and scoring blades. So if you wanted to do some scoring, you could do it on here. We just now got our own scoring board that's going to be released. Well, it'll be released by the time this video comes out, because it's going to be released August the 1st. But you're going to want this to create your card bases and your scrapbook pages, and doing your layering and things like that. So there goes that. The next thing you're going to want is a bone folder. Here goes mine. When you're creating cards and you need to make those creases into your folds, your cards or 3D projects, you're going to want a bone folder to help crease that card. So here goes a card that I made. So what I did is I put it into my scoreboard. You can use your bone folder to score down the card, and then you're just going to fold and crease. So this helps you have those nice creases into your cards. So the most important thing before I forget is you're going to need paper. I do recommend when stamping, you're making sure you have some white paper or some colonial white, which is our off-white vanilla type paper, to do your stamping on. We also sell monthly packs of paper, like right here. Let's see which one's this one. This one may be an older one. Just looking at it, but we do sell multi-packs like this, a packet of 24 where you get 2 sheets of each color. So we have this here. I do recommend getting the combo packs, especially if you don't know what colors you like. I tend to gravitate to things more purple and pink and bluesy and stuff, but I actually love getting the multicolor pack, because then I have at least 2 sheets of each color that we have. And there are 4 categories that we have. We have, make sure I give you the right colors. Okay, so our color palettes include Whimsy, Adventure, I think we still have Enchantment, and Basics. So, and Basics are your dark colors, your blacks, your whites, your grays, your browns. Enchantment is more like that autumn pack that I showed you. It's now called Enchantment. So it's those more enriched colors that are more suited for the fall. Then our Adventures is more bright, it's fun. Then you have your Whimsy, which is a little bit more subtle, which is great for making those baby layouts and wedding cards and things of that nature. Our paper is a 65-pound weight, and if you're going to want to do die cutting, especially with your Cricut machine, our paper is one of the best papers to cut with. I've always said that our paper cuts like butter in the Cricut machine. Now, to go back to our stamping real fast, you're going to need to clean your stamps. You can use things such as just regular soap and water, or baby wipes, but we also sell stamp cleaner, which is right here, and we sell a scrub. Now I broke my scrub somehow, but we have a scrub, and it comes with a lid, so it's for easy storage. And here goes our cleaner. So when you're cleaning your stamps, you have your stamp on your block. Then you're going to spritz with your cleaner. This has some rubber right here so it doesn't move. And you'll just take it down and clean your stamps that way. So that's a great investment.
Good.
You're also going to want some adhesive. There are tons of adhesive, and I can't seem to find none of mine. But anywho, I do have this big ATG gun that I use. I have excuse me, and I do have this ATG gun. There's also oh my goodness, I had some right here and it just, I must have dropped it and I don't know. But you can also get the mono adhesive also, but these are the two that I mainly use. Oh, and there's liquid adhesive, so before I forget. There's also liquid adhesive. So this is liquid glass that you can use for adhering your projects together. But you also can do with liquid glass is put it on top of a part of your card to add some dimension. We also have foam adhesive. I currently don't have any of the close to my heart ones right now. But here goes. I do have like these right here that you can use. And I'm sorry, hold on 1 minute. Okay, so now the other thing you may want to get, but is not a basic tool that you have to get, are your markers. We have some new markers, and I bought this off of eBay to put my markers in. So we have 24 new colors plus a colorless blender. So it gives you a variety, so you can color. We have a lot of lined images this year where you can color your stamps, and so this may be a great investment to make for you also. Now a lot of times what happens is some people might say, well, you know, stamping and creating, it's very expensive. Well, the expensive part is really in the beginning if you are purchasing your tools for the first time. That's where a lot of your expense is going to come. And then also if you're like me and you got to have the latest and greatest of the die cutting machines and cartridges and things like that, that can get a bit expensive. But for basic stamping and card making and scrapbooking, it doesn't have to be. In the beginning when you're buying your tools, yes. But once you have your tools and your stamps, you're good to go. I like to buy stamps that are versatile, that I can use anytime for any kind of theme. That's a great thing to do also. And let's see, do I have anything else on my list here? I think I've covered everything basic, but there are some also things you might want to get some basic embellishments such as ribbon and bling. So here are some examples of the bling that we sell. These are just things, just the finishing touches that you might want to add to your cards and scrapbook layouts. Now the great thing about Close to My Heart is we have things called the Workshop on the Go kits, and we also have card making kits. So what is good about that, you ask? Well, let me see, let me pull one out. This one, I feel like I'm missing something in this one. This is an example of a scrapbook work on a go kit. This is Confetti Wishes. With this, you're going to get your paper. I'm sorry, hold on here. Okay, you're going to get some embellishments. This also came with some shimmer trim that's currently I put away in the shimmer trim area, and it comes with a stamp set. So you have a stamp, you have embellishments, and you have your paper. You have solid cardstock. You have your pattern paper. You have 6 sheets of these pattern papers. And then you have your colored cardstock that coordinates with your paper. So you have something to stamp on. You have some more paper, your pattern paper. And it comes with an instruction booklet that shows you how to make the project. So we give you everything you need. You're still going to need to get your adhesive. You're still going to need to get your bone folders if you have a card making one. You're still going to need your trimmer. But everything else is in one kit for $29.95. Depending on what kind of kit you're buying. I think the card making kit is $24. But you have everything you need. Let me see which one came with this. So I want to say it wasn't this one. I want to say it was my gold one. But this is what the shimmer trim looks like. But it was the gold one. I will have to move a lot of stuff to get that out. But everything you need is in here. So you have your paper. Oh, you need to buy your inks. But you have your paper. You have your embellishments. You have your stamp. And you get some instructions. Woo! I was taking y'all on a journey for real. Okay. Alright. Let me just fix this real fast and I'll be right back. Okay. So that's the beauty of the Workshop on a Go kit. Now let me show you one that's a card making kit for our card makers. Okay. So here is a card making one. Now the stamp set and the embellishments I've already took out. Because typically when I get my packets, I take all the embellishments and the stamps out and I put them with my stamps and embellishments on my organizer cart. But this one is a little bit smaller, but you're going to get a packet of cards. And these are pre-scored for you with the envelopes. You're going to get the stamp set. We got some bronze shimmer trim. Make sure I got that out. Yeah, I got it. Oh, the bronze shimmer. And then we have some sequins. So these were the 2 embellishments. Sequins and the shimmer trim. Then you also get another instruction booklet. And this shows you how to cut your paper. Now, when you get a card workshop, you don't get a full packet of paper like the scrapbook one. You just get what you need to make the cards. So in this case, you get a sheet, 4 sheets of cardstock, and then you get 1 sheet of the pathfinding pattern paper. And the reason for that is because this is the way they cut this for you. Use an instruction book. This will create 15 cards. So you'll make 5 each of 3 designs. So I think that makes it a great way to start your stamping journey, because you don't have to commit to everything. But you do get a full pack of your embellishments. You get a full pack of embellishments. So you'll get a full pack of sequins, a full spool of the shimmer trim, which is great. So it's very cost effective for you in that way. For $24 you can make 15 cards. Okay, and that is all for our very first lesson. So come back, make sure you come back to the academy for another lesson in stamping, card making, scrapbooking, die cutting, anything you want. I do my videos spontaneously depending on what I feel like doing. So I'm not sure what the next video is going to be on yet. So, but make sure you come back to check it out and learn some lessons. So thank you for joining me today. Bye bye.